Meu bem, man, do me a favor, right?
What is up? We in the building. Stay Rich in Spirit podcast. I'm your host, Rich. I got my good man in the building, my boy Rico. What's popping?
What's going on, bro?
He just finished
How you
putting
doing?
in a parlay.
Yeah, I put the parlay in real quick before this, man, because we gotta get paid out here, bro. we gotta get fucking paid out here, bro.
We gotta get paid
Yeah,
out here.
and this right now it's it's been bittersweet, bro. It's been bittersweet. So definitely been missing a whole lot, So.
Real talk.
And then when we get them wins, it feel good, bro.
Hey, the wins always feel good, and the
Yeah.
losses always make you
It
reflect a little
Yeah,
bit.
it humbles you, bro. It definitely humbles you. So yeah, it's all good. What's up with you though, bro?
Hey, bro, I'm blessed, man. I feel good, man. I
Okay.
feel amazing. Got on the scale this morning. I liked what I saw,
Yeah. Hey man,
So,
that's where we all at with it.
so
That's
I've been
where we
feeling
all at.
myself, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, how that's been going, man? You been feeling like, slim trim like a bicycle rim, like my man Gay say? That's how you been?
Real talk. I
Yeah.
mean, not even slim, but like I just feel good. Like
Okay.
I feel like I can move around, and
Right.
I feel explosive.
Yeah, I definitely feel you, man. I had that feeling a whole lot back when I was like my most in shape when I was in the Marines, man. And back then, when you get that weight up off you and your energy comes up and stuff, and that's why I've been trying to dedicate myself to, really getting back into the swing of working out, and just trying to like really, we all got our days where we mess up, man. But as long as you stick to that script, you for the most part you could.
You was in the Marines?
Yeah, man. I did I actually didn't finish I didn't finish all of it, man. It wasn't for me. I did half my term. And I got out, man, and went to pursuing, what I wanted to do, which was tattooing. That shit took off slow for sure. But in the Marines, it was different, bro. Yeah, that's a whole different machine right there, man. Shout out to all the Marines out there, all my brothers Simplify. So
I
we was
wasn't
in
even
there.
hip to that, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, man.
I know that whole process of like is it called boot camp?
Yeah, so it's boot camp. It's boot camp for the Marines. For the Army is I think they call it like something else, basic training. I don't know what it is, but for boot camp for the Marines, it's definitely boot camp. So
What's that
but
process like?
man, so essentially, man, from day one when you first get in there, it's not like you go from 0 to 100 instantly. So you on this calm bus ride the whole way down there to Paris Island, which is in South Carolina where the Marine Corps boot camp is. Calm, real calm. Y'all watching movies, they treating you nice, you eating, food and stuff on the way down there. And as soon as that bus hit, man, in that Marine depot, it's 4 or 5 sergeants, drill instructors coming in there yelling in your face, like just yesterday you was playing Xbox at home and shit, in a calm atmosphere. Then they put you right into that mix. So it's it ain't for the weak. I'll tell you that much.
That's crazy. If you don't
Yeah.
mind me asking, what made you come to that realization that this thing not really my cup of tea, my speed?
I think, man, like my whole entire life, like I don't know if for the people know, man, I go by Rico Ink. I've been tattooing for 10 plus years. I've given up on it. I've pursued it, given up on it again, man. But I'm here now, and I've been making a name for myself. I'd say.
I say
I
for
do.
sure.
Yeah, I do. I'm not big on the whole clout thing or anything like that. But I got a nice little buzz going with my work and stuff, man. And and it all just came from like putting in work and dedication. But me being in the Marines, I just knew like I was my thing was I was always a creative. You know what I'm saying? So when I got into an atmosphere where yeah, they did teach me good values and discipline and stuff like that, but when I got into that atmosphere, man, it was like I was one person amongst many, what I'm saying, just kind of, putting on the same uniform as everybody else. I didn't have no individuality. And as a creative, that's what I was, like I was an individual.
Yeah.
So deep down in my heart, man, I did the Marines because I didn't have anything else going for me at the time when I went. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was at odds with my mom. My dad, I moved in with him and he was tripping, a little bit. So, I ended up just kind of, rolling out and like, fuck it, I'm gone. Enlisted in the Marines, man, and I went, man, and I got through boot camp. So, that's an accomplishment in itself,
That's a
bro.
big accomplishment. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
that's a feat. And I was just talking to my wife about it, man. I'm saying like, man, like I finished that shit. It's a lot of people that didn't finish that shit, and I made it through that shit, bro. So, it's definitely it was an experience. So 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I'm saying? So
So you go from the Marines and then you get out the Marines. Do you transition straight into tattooing, or was it that like a process?
so the tattooing, man, it was something that I had been doing.
Uh huh.
Like I was 18, with a machine that I bought off eBay. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's what a guy that I met told me how he did it, and I'm like, fuck it, well, I'm gonna start that way.
yeah.
So I know I got enough money from working my Six Flags job, for them 2 years. Everybody worked at Six Flags, bro.
Everybody working.
Everybody in
You
there,
know, low.
everybody their cousin. Yeah, that's
You
my
got a
dog.
low there.
Yeah, that's my dog. Love my dog, man. Everybody that I knew worked there. My man John worked there. My man Tay worked there. So many of my friends from high school, like that was a lot of everybody's first like real job to push them out into that, what I'm saying, into that atmosphere. So shout out to Six Flags, man.
Shout out to Six
Shout
Flags,
out to
man.
Six Flags
It's
for
crazy
being
when you
everybody's
first came
beginning.
to the shop, man. Like before you even got here, everybody was hitting me up. Like a lot of the people that I
Yeah,
know and I
yeah,
kick it with on
yeah,
a daily basis was like super excited. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
cause they knew you, so I already knew. I was like, all right, he gotta be a good
yeah,
dude, cause
yeah,
my folks don't really vouch for many people. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. And I think I remember you telling me, man, we used to play Call of Duty in the lobby because like you said, you know a lot. We know a lot of the same people, so yeah, man. I think my man Derek hit me up. Damo hit me up. My cousin hit me up and said that you did a grill for it, which is pretty dope. I know a couple of my good friends got grills done by you. Um, so it's definitely like a good vibe in here, and it's good to know that I'm surrounded by people that I've met over the years, either through people that I have built a bond with and I trust and I fuck with, just knowing that y'all in here because I'm like, all right, it ain't gonna be no bullshit. Like these good people,
Yeah,
everybody that I know them from are good people.
yeah.
So, it's all love. So but back to what you was asking, I got out the Marines, man, and tattooing had been something I was doing like even before then. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in the Marines, like I got out and tattooing was it was still there for me
Uh huh.
because I was doing that beforehand. So just was kind of doing friends, close friends, people I had tattooed before, and it was trash, bro. Like it wasn't. I ain't come in that bitch looking like Picasso when I got out the Marines, throwing up Mona Lisas on people's backs and shit. It was trash, bro. Doodle Bob type shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
go
saying? Like
ahead.
like fucking people up. So but my cousins, man, and everybody I did that shit on, they'll tell you, bro, they love that shit, bro. Like they love the tattoos that I did on them, no matter like even though they weren't great, they're like, oh, it's a piece of what you were.
Yeah,
Like it's a
it's a
piece of
part of the
yeah,
process,
it's
a
a piece of
journey.
what you were to get to where you at. So, they fuck with it, man. So, you know.
At what point did you start thinking like, oh shit, I'm getting nice now?
I don't know, man, because I still all right, so for me, and I think any other artist can vouch, man. For me it's like I know I'm nice, but I don't think I'm nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm at a point where it's like, all right, my shit's good. Like, and people, man, people are telling me, man, you being modest, you being modest. I'm like, nah, like I still gotta. It's people that's like really out here doing this shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like putting down masterpieces on people. You know what I'm saying? So like with that, it's just like, all right, I got shit to get to. I got goals to hit. Like I'm trying to start doing shit like this artist or that artist that's out there really like making good ass pieces. Like the quality of the work, is what matters to me the most. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you know,
I respect that, because for me, for the past 5, 6 years, I've only been getting tatted by one person. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the thing I enjoy most about that type of relationship is that like I get to see his progress like through the years.
right,
Like damn, like I thought yo was nice initially, like damn, but bro getting nicer,
yeah, yeah,
and now I'm in kinship with a tattoo shop too. So like
Yep.
I get to see all of the artists in here just evolve, evolve,
Absolutely.
evolve, evolve, evolve. My boy Zotan behind us right now.
Exactly. Yep.
And
Shout out to
like
Zoe. That's my guy, man.
I done seen Zoe get so fucking nice, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah. Hell
like
yeah.
I done seen him get so, and that's like a satisfaction you get from like seeing people get better, and it make you want to get better in your craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it pushes you to like go for it. You know,
Yeah.
like one of my
Yeah.
students in class said like in life, people either be content with staying where they at, or they got to drive to go out there and get it. You know,
Yeah.
like, and that's where I always want to stay. I
Yeah.
always want to stay in that mindset of like I got something to achieve. I don't want to rest on my laurels. I want to be the person who's always out here trying to take things to the next level.
Yeah.
Wherever it's grills, wherever it's my education, wherever it's this podcast,
Exactly.
whatever it is, like we
Yeah.
just gotta push.
Nah, and you, that's what I'm saying, bro. You doing shit the right way, you know what I'm saying? How old are you?
33.
33. Oh yeah, so we, we the same
33.
age. I'm 30.
Jesus, yeah. Scottie Pippen.
I'm 32, so I'll be there in like about 4 months, man. My birthday in June, so you definitely doing shit the right way. I think we all at a point in life, especially like in our 30s, you know what I'm saying, where it's like we really like all right, like we got to go out here and get this shit, like
Hell yeah.
and because you don't got no kids, do you?
Nah, no kids.
Yeah, so you
Not to my
you doing
knowledge.
it, for your, for the sake of what you want to be, what you want your life to be, and how you want your journey to be, bro. So, and that's lit. For me, it's the same, but at the same time, I got kids, so it's like I'm out here like, hey, I got to figure out what we gonna do. Like, I got to figure out, you know, what's the next step in my journey, man. What am I doing next with it, So I definitely feel you, bro. And this right here, this shit right here that you doing and even having me on here, I appreciate it, man. 'Cause this shit give me inspiration for like the other shit that I'm trying to do. Like the Twitch streaming and the doing, So it's definitely something that's like I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I want to do this shit now. Like
Word up.
I'm turned up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm on a fucking podcast, bro. Like I
Real
ain't never
talk.
been on no fucking podcast. So
But that's
it's
what it
dope, bro.
is. It's iron sharpening iron, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah,
that's
for
kind
sure.
of, I always wanted to get into the Twitch world and all
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
type of stuff
yeah.
too. So it's all full circle, bro. Like we all just got to keep on pushing, keep on pushing. Like when you decided to go get the face tat, how long you done had the face tats though?
So these, man, I think I got these once I knew for a fact that that tattooing was it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like once I knew that tattooing was the end all be all, like I'm like, and if it wasn't tattooing, it's gonna be something else. Like, I was gonna be a fucking rapper or some shit.
Real talk.
It's like, so I'm like, all right, if
I feel like you was just in the studio though.
Nah, I did. I was in the studio, so I do. All right, so I do make music. And I've been writing, man, since I was 13, man. Not a lot of people know, but there used to be this website called goldmike.com. And yeah, I don't know if you ever heard of that.
I heard of that joint.
Yeah, so back in middle school, we had a whole like rap group, that would go on there. And back then we were on like old ass Dells on Windows like 90 or Windows 2000 or some shit. So moms ain't have a lot of money for no extra shit, So we in there, goldmike.com. You can either record with a microphone or you could type your lyrics out. And it's basically like a battle rap site. You know what I'm saying? So you get to that point where it's at a battle rap site and people, other members, it's like MySpace for rap, for rap battles. So other members would vote on who they like the best. And being that we ain't have, microphones and all that good stuff, we type that battles out, So
Real
that's
talk.
what, yeah. So and people to vote, man. I had a decent record on that joint, so I had a pretty.
What was your record? What was your
man,
record?
I can't even remember, man.
If you had to guess.
Man, if I had to guess, like, and we was because we used to always go like third, fourth period. Me, my boy Leon, me and my boy Anthony, my man Jelani back in middle school. We all, my man Damani, like we all just used to have like a computer lab class, and it wasn't shit that we was, could do in there at the time besides Mavis Beacon and typing and shit.
Word.
So we're going there and we're battle rap, So every third period, bro, all of us would log on our computers, bro, and submit a rap verse for, the battles or whatever. So if I had to guess, bro, I probably was like 17-3. You know what I'm saying? 17-3. Yeah, so that's a solid record, So but I still try to translate that. Like I said, I'm a creative, you know what I'm saying? Like when I do music, I do it with a passion, but I do it because it's something that I like to do. Like, that ain't my bread and butter, but as a creative, I like to have different outlets of everything that that I want to do. And outside of tattooing and cooking, like music is the big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So I always love music, man. My mom, was a big music buff, and I just remember like listening to a lot of stuff in the house with her, like old stuff, Tina Marie, Prince, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
R.
good.
Kelly before all of the before all of the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Before I was knowledgeable of that, so I was always big on music, bro. So yeah, it's another good avenue for me to get my creativeness out.
Real talk, real
So
talk.
what about you? You do any type of like music, creative stuff, anything outside?
I mean, I wrote an album, bro. I'm gonna drop it one
You
day.
did? Did you?
Yeah,
You did for real?
for sure.
You recorded it and shit?
I ain't recorded it. I
Okay,
just wrote it.
okay, okay.
I
Nah,
just
that's
wrote the
fire, bro.
album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Okay,
I got a novel, wrote a novel too that I never released.
that's tight, bro. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like I resonate with you with that because it's at the same time, me and my boy Dre, man, we talked about writing a script for like a short film or like a TV series, TV series to pitch to somebody. Um, and I think that when you're a hustler and a creative, like both of us are, because you're a creative too, bro. Like your Rich Grills, like that's some creative shit, man. And you
Hey,
gotta, it's a talent that you gotta have to do that, man, because not everybody knows how to do that shit. So you got your own lane, man. And to be honest, like I remember hearing about you and your company like years and years ago, and because I used to get my stuff done by a guy down in Houston. So I used to have to mail him the most, but everybody be like, just go to Rich, just go to Rich. So I'm like, ain't he in Baltimore? I'm not going all the way up Baltimore to get no grill. Fuck that shit. So but I always fucked with, what I'm saying, how like your company like that, like it was you. Like if anybody was recommending a grill, it's like, oh, go to Rich Grills. Like, he right here, like you cornered the market, bro, and I definitely need to get my shit done ASAP. You know what
hey,
I'm
you
saying?
know
So
we
I'm gonna
got
fuck
you,
with you, bro.
bro. You know we
You already
got
know
you.
I'm gonna shop with you, bro. So
But
what the
nah,
deal.
like for me, the hustling and the creativity, they go hand in hand, you know.
Right.
They
Yeah.
go hand in hand. I did reach a point where the hustling got in the way of the creativity for a
Yeah.
second though,
Yeah.
you know, where it was like I think a lot of people go through it where you start making money and you start gaining attention. You
Hmm.
cornered the market, you know,
Hmm.
now everybody coming to you. But back when you were growing, it was easier.
Right. Yep.
It's easier because you can kind of like give your all to every individual person.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
then I reached a point where it was like, how can I give my all to every individual client I have, but still maintain like my creative freedom?
Hmm.
And you know, it's a back and forth. And I finally feel like I'm at a stage now where I'm kind of comfortable
Hmm.
in my creativity and in the way that I communicate my value to others.
Exactly. And that's a big factor, man, is how you communicate your value of, what you see your
Hmm.
self and your services, your products, whatever it is, like what do you see yourself like worth? And you got to project that in a way that you know what I'm saying, like even when you go up and talk to people and greet them, you know what I'm saying, like they when you get that first impression of somebody and they come up to you and they like, oh, you know what, I like his professionalism or the way he handles things. Your value's already up here, like it shoots up right there from the beginning, so they're like, I'm gonna shop with them, you
Real
know what I'm
talk.
saying. So and then once you doing the service, which is for you the grills, man, once that quality of that they see that, they like, oh hell yeah. So you got the top notch service, you got the fire ass, product. You know what I'm saying? You
Facts.
already there. You at the point where people like, man, like whatever this cat say that he charging, I'm gonna pay it
I'm gonna
because
pay it.
you know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you, bro, like how much I used to have to hassle with prices and stuff. In the beginning of tattooing.
Hmm.
So like so much, bro. I used to have people like being like, you can't do a whole sleeve for 200, like my whole
Oh
arm for
my
200. But
God,
it
bro.
was the beginning, so and I'm like, man, nah, like I can't do that for 200. Like I do it, for 500, which was still a ridiculous
That's
price.
still a
But I
ridiculous
was
number.
I was fresh, you know what I'm saying? So 500 for me, I'm like, hell yeah, like,
Real talk,
I
gonna be a
touch
lot
a
of
whole
cloud.
off
It's
for
gonna be a lot of
500, you know what I'm
clouds. It's
saying?
gonna be a lot of
Like
clouds and
my man
stars.
Zoe, he could confirm, man. We done some savage fucking pieces, whole arms, whole backs for $500, fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's because at the time we grinding, man, we trying to get it.
You
So
try and get it, and
yeah,
you need the reps.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You definitely need the reps. And but once it got to a point where, I got past that, the haggling and the quality of the work started speaking for itself as well as, how I carried myself and my demeanor. It ain't no hassling. I come up to somebody, hey, da da da. This what we gonna do. I'm gonna do this for you, whoop de whoop, and then you gonna love it. And they like, oh yeah, all right, come on, let's do it. How much? All right, bet.
Real talk,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
a
So
lot of that is you gotta build your confidence in
yeah,
your
yeah,
skill set. Like I always tell people, like if you asking me how you can get better at anything, I just tell them get more confident in what it is you're doing.
yeah,
The more confidence resonates.
yeah,
Like when you can tell like somebody's, it's like going to the barber shop,
yeah.
that barber who's like talking to Bamas,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm.
while he's cutting
That yeah.
and like is still doing that.
We all
That's the guy you don't want the person who's super focused, like
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Man, I gotta go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you finish, but
go
I got
ahead.
a recent horror story about some shit like that. But I go ahead, bro. You can
No,
finish
go
your.
ahead, bro. Talk your talk.
But nah, that what you saying that like with somebody that's like real focused, you don't want them, man. I had a bad experience with a barber, man.
Oh
I ain't gonna
snap.
say no names.
Barbershop
Yeah,
Chronicles.
I ain't gonna say no names. You know what I'm saying? Like he was an older dude. So I got respect for elders and people that I wasn't gonna do anything. But man, when I tell you, I went in there for a temp taper. Just a little, just a size right there, bro.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Just a little side in the
those be the
back.
ones
Like
that hurt people though.
that's
Those be the
15,
ones that
15,
hurt.
20 minutes tops. You feel me?
Word.
So I go in there, bro, and my regular barber, he was booked up for the day. It was like a last minute thing. He like, nah, I got somebody come in. So I'm like, you sure, bro? Like you sure? Like I don't go to nothing but like maybe 2, 3 people, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
And nah, all right, if you say he all right. So I went in there, sat down, man. Dude was cool and nice guy and shit. But then I realized, he started, cutting normal, hitting the hitting the comb with the,
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying. So I'm like, all right, you know what he's doing. But next thing you know, I look at the clock, it's 45 minutes gone, and
Oh
he's still on the
snap.
same side, going like this, and I feel that shit going up my head more. I'm like, hold up, bro, it's not a temp taper no more. Like, what
Yeah,
we
you gotta
doing?
fade.
Yeah, so he spin the chair out, catch a glance of myself in the mirror and shit. I'm like, oh, this nigga fucking me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up, doing the other side. So I'm like, I can't get a good look at it because I'm facing this. Like he intentionally turning me away from the
Yeah,
mirror and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So I'm trying to get a good look at it, man. And finally, bro, he positioned me to where I could see my fade in the mirror. And I'm like, I stopped him, bro. Like before he could do a shape up all that, I'm like, no disrespect, bro. Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
I'ma still pay you how much you want. This nigga gonna tell me 30. I said, I'm giving you 15. Nigga. I'm not 30 is a full cut, like a good cut. I'm not no. So, the barbershop chronicles, man. So that was my little horror story recently with that. But that's why I only go to like 2 or 3 people, man. And one of my good friends, she just recently died in a car accident that used to cut my hair. And cause a lot of people here around the way, man, and so like she was like probably like she was like the one I go to when I had like a good event to go to, like a good wedding, or
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was going to like my brother's graduation, and whatever. Like that's who I go to. So man, rest in peace to her. That's my homegirl. But I ain't gonna make it melodramatic, man. She was a dope girl. So
Much
real
love to
real
her,
talented.
man. I
Much love to her.
appreciate
Yeah,
all the
much love to her
barbers out
family,
here,
everybody. So
man. Let me
yeah,
shout out my barbers.
yeah,
Eric
do
with the
that.
Z. Eric with the Z. I know you mad at me, bro, because I missed my last appointment.
Yeah,
But we gonna lock it on Friday. That's why I got the joint on. Shout
yeah.
out to also my other barber, the God Barber, man, out of Silver Spring, my boy
The God Barber.
Samuel. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? They both super nice. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man. Shout
saying?
out. I'm
Like,
gonna shout out a couple of mines, man. Shout out my man Zoe cuts a class. Shout out to my cousin. He go by Rocco Wave. Real fire with the Clippers, man. And not, you ever know when somebody, like, when that's their path, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
Like, that's what he's supposed to be doing, man. He found his niche, man, and he ran with it. So,
That's the
proud of him.
blessing right there,
Yeah.
man. Like being able to find your niche and just running with it.
Yeah,
You know
hell
what I'm
yeah. Hell
saying?
yeah.
Running with it, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
what's up,
biggest thing,
man.
man.
That's what's up, man. I actually, I had a really interesting experience last week. I'm a professor at Bowie State University, and
Okay.
and we're teaching this class called Black Men in Education.
Right.
So I took a group of my students to Ron Brown College Prep, a high school
Mm-hmm.
in Southeast or Southwest DC,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Northwest. I don't know. It's in DC, right? And they got a barber shop in the school, and they they
Yeah.
was like, so everybody tell like different stories about the
Mm-hmm.
barber shop. And my my story was, I used to go to this really popping barber shop in DC back in the day on Good Hope Road,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to go to my father's barber, right? Old head dude, a lot of respect. I ain't gonna drop his name, right? But he
Gotta
older
respect the old
dude, you
heads,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
The old heads, and not to interrupt you, but the old
good.
heads, man, they gems, bro. They you had the cleanest lineup from an old head with a razor that he done used back in '76, my nigga. Like,
Word.
and that joint to
Until
be
they reach
icy.
a certain age.
Yeah, if his hand get the, if that motherfucker get the tip
Hey,
drilling on your
bruh,
shape up,
this dude was
you
starting
good.
to
I'm good.
push my he started to push my hairline back,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm real insecure about my points, bro. Like
Yeah,
like my
I'm the same way, bro. I'm not.
to
Nah,
the point
I'm
I don't
saying,
even get a shape up no more.
yeah,
Like I don't get a shape up. Like
yeah,
I love all my barbers, but I just don't like getting shape ups. It's just
yeah,
30 years of trauma, bro.
yeah, man.
Like no shape up, just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom, bald my shit, dude.
yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. No, I feel you, bro.
so, but
I
like
feel the
the
same way.
barber next to him was this young dude, bro. He used to throw all the popping concerts at the MCI Center.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called now?
Capital One,
All
Capital
right,
One.
cause
Yeah, but
I
we remember
yeah,
MCI,
MCI Center, bro. He used to
Verizon,
all
and
the
all that
popping
shit. Yeah,
concerts and
that shit
stuff
was
like
before that. It was, I think, like the
Bell
Bell Atlantic
Atlantic. Then it
Arena or some
went
shit.
to then it went
Then
to
it,
Verizon Center,
yeah,
like
that shit.
Comcast Center after that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro. Like it was this popping barber named Tony, bro. Like
right.
everybody wanted to. He had a clothing brand. He had one of the top
Oh
5
yeah,
clothing brands in the area, bro. I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
So
It's
I
like,
tell
yeah,
my
he the
pops,
one.
bro. I tell my pops like, yo, next time we go to this shop, I'm gonna go to Tony.
What your pops say, bro? What your pops say,
He
bro?
just looked at me like, "Oh yeah," and started laughing. He
Pops
go,
is sick.
he go, "What you gonna say to?" You know what I'm saying? I go, "I ain't gonna say nothing."
What I'm
hey,
supposed to say,
hey,
bro?
bro. When I walked in the joint, I handled it like such a G, bro. I walked in the joint. And I looked my old barber directly in the eyes as I walked past him, bro. Like I looked him dead in the
Yes,
eyes, bro.
sir.
Like, hey, bro, you got go over to
That's
the
how he
next shit.
do.
Remind
He
you
probably
that.
was over that motherfucker like,
Uh-huh.
I should have fucked
Uh-huh.
your. That's why I fucked your
Yeah,
hairline
I
up,
fucked
little
your
ass
points up
boy.
now,
Yeah,
nigga.
so
Like, but
nah,
no, bro. Like that's
that's
just
how I go though, man. It's my thing is, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, and not to sound like vain and nothing, but I mean, when it comes to men and us, like, especially like with our cuts, man, we a lot of us particular, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you fucking my shit up or pushing it back, I'm gonna either say something or I'm gonna go get cut by, somebody in your shop that I. Because the thing is, when we be getting our haircuts,
we
we
looking.
looking.
Yeah.
We look at other barbers in there. We looking at how clean, like, and you look, your barber, you might be in your barber check getting your shit cut, shit clean as hell. You know what I'm saying? You ain't complaining, but you looking, you like the first time this nigga pushed my shit back. That nigga right there that's doing that bomb ass fade with the
Uh-huh.
clean blend. I'm going to him.
And I'm looking at the reactions of
Yeah.
people when they get the mirror. Like if you
Yeah.
get
With
the
it.
mirror and you like,
Yeah. You got
oh, they go crazy
with
this
the
week.
Yeah. That's the
That's what I want to cut in my head. But
exactly.
to get back a
It,
little bit on task, bro, like
yeah.
I'm always been interested in the process of a tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
so when you get a project, like all right, somebody wants you to tattoo a Mona Lisa on their back, like how do you envision like the application of that process? Like, are you like how do you even get started on a piece like that? Like,
To be honest, bro, it right now, like during the process of it, I can't even tell you because it's like, I'm gonna try to explain it, but it's second nature for me. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
So like the process of it all is essentially if I had to break it down, if somebody we won't even say Mona Lisa for that, for the sake of trying to, keep the process like custom. So
mm-hmm,
if somebody wants like a back tattoo or something like that, we'll talk to the client, and then kind of see where the tattoo is going. This is my, my course of action for it. See where the tattoo is going. Do they want color, things of that nature. What do you want incorporated in it? As long as it's nothing too crazy, because a lot of people be in there, man, and they try and get all their 7 aunt names and their 2, 3 baby daddy names wrapped around a banner with, you know what I'm saying, balloons with a Winnie the Pooh float. Like we not trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of, you could tone it down. We'll work with you, but it's a lot of the times where I think people they tend to let their imagination run wild. And to be honest with tattooing, man, the best ones are ones that you can put together that look super clean without too much going on. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much the process, man. Just figuring out where it's at, or where it's gonna go, what the tattoo design is, and then my thing is once I get that, I'm good. I wait till they come in, and then if anything else needs to be discussed, then I'll talk with them. I tend to draft everything up, and that's pretty much the process, bro. It's not a hard process. Like I said, I've been doing it for so long that it's second nature. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I try to keep things as smooth as possible through the whole process, whether it be you telling me, like how, what you want to get. I'm gonna tell you how much it's going, what the price range gonna be, and then we can go from there. So if it's good with you and the price range straight, then we solid. Let's move forward.
let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of the same way with the grills. Like
Yeah.
I'm always talking people out of like intricate,
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of components. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I want diamond cut here, open face over
Yeah.
there, like
So what's
a
like
gem.
what would you say is like like I guess the craziest thing somebody like try to act. Do you get anything like that?
Oh
Like the
yeah,
craziest
bro.
shit
I
somebody
mean,
done
the
try to
biggest
ask for on the
thing
grill?
that people do on my end is they'll see a celebrity with something,
Mm.
and then they'll like a best example is the Pharrell grill with all of
I don't
the.
think I've seen that jump.
It's like he got all of these different semi
I'm
precious
listening. I'm about to look
stones
it
in the
up though.
joint. Like I could pull it up too.
Yeah, let me
I'll
see.
put it up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Is that the multicolor joint?
Yeah,
And he got like I see you with the semi precious, like the jade and the
yeah.
sapphire and all that
Like
stuff.
these joints right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, for real, definitely. He
oh,
wanted
they got look at this, look at this,
he
and then
one of
they'll
them
click on
ones,
the
man. He one
grills.
of them
Look,
dope
bro, they'll
different.
click on the grills and then they'll see $20. Like, all right, but like,
That's on Etsy.
but when you see
That's not
something
Rich
like
Grills.
this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see something like this, and then they'll come in here with this picture, like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's a fire grill, like,
Nah,
I
that
don't
that joint's definitely
like
fire.
that's super fire, but like, what is your budget for this type of project? You
Exactly.
feel me? Like,
Trust me, bro. It's the
like,
same. It's the same with us, man. We got people that get a little overzealous, but again, man, I know for a fact, man, you've been doing this for a while, so a lot of people don't argue with you about a lot of things as far as price or try to haggle that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
yeah, but a lot of times it's just, being real.
Yeah.
Like, a grill like that probably took 6 months to make.
Right.
Probably cost like $50 to $100,000, you know what I'm saying, type
Yeah.
of situation.
Yeah.
So it's like managing expectations. Like I
Yeah.
see it in the tattoo world a lot with
Yeah.
somebody that
Yeah.
come with something
Absolutely.
like somebody want a whole sleeve and they thinking that like, yo, bro, we could just knock this whole thing out today,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's really like, let's just do this part, then we'll come back and do this part, then
Yeah.
we'll come out here, do here, then we'll come out. It'll be broken down in the sessions type
Yeah. Yep.
situation.
That's
So
how it typically goes, man. And you know, it's the same with us, like you said, bro. We try to keep people, you know, realistic with their budget. You know what I'm saying? And again, bro, like I mean, shit just always like kind of been going smooth for me as far as like, you know, if somebody's like, oh, I want this, that, and the third. My budget 250. I'm like, well, you can only get this, and they,
yeah,
you know, what I'm saying, or maybe this, you know, if you got another design in mind, and for the most part, you know, people like, oh yeah, I'm good with that. We can downsize, or I don't need all that. Like
real
that's
talk.
all I'm trying to spend. So, you know,
And
you
then
work
it's
with
also those
people's
clients
budgets.
where I never like shortchange people. It's some people who's prepared to spend that 50 bands. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
prepared to spend what it's worth,
yeah.
but it's also just understanding like what's gonna go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yep.
what's all gonna go into it. Like
Yeah,
that's the biggest things I be thinking about,
yeah,
man.
bro.
But like over the course of your journey, bro, what's one piece of advice that you think you've acquired or something that has like gotten you through everything?
Um, one piece of advice, man. To be honest, I couldn't even tell you, man. Like I don't think anybody gave me like any type of like straightforward, like, you know, like literal advice. I think everything that, you know, came with my success in doing this tattoo and stuff, it just came from me doing it, you know, and I did have a lot of help on the way, man. I've had people teach me things like techniques and, you know, how to hold a machine, how to do this, that, and the third. So, you know, that, you know, if you if you put that in the sense of calling that advice, then that was probably like the biggest advice, like the, you know, the tips and tricks and stuff of everything. Um, but you know, like I mean, other than that, man, everything else was me kind of seeing how people reacted to, you know, me getting better and being like, oh yeah, like, yo, your shit's fire, bro. Your shit's getting better. Your shit, and so like that was like what fueled me to keep like, you know, being like, all right, like I got something here.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Once it caught, you know, caught wind, I was like, fuck it. You know, this where we at with it. And the crazy thing about that, man, is, you know, I was at a point in life where um, you know, I was fucking stocking chips, you know what I'm saying, for Frito Lay, bro.
Uh huh.
And I'm like waking up at, man, I had a newborn at the time, my son, waking up at 3 in the morning, man, just to go,
Oh,
yeah, just to drive from Capitol Heights to Beltsville, to load my truck up to go, you know, start working and shit, man. And mind you, like, you know, we working long days. So I won't get home, you know, and then I got a little bit of time to play with my son, you know what I'm saying, to eat dinner and stuff like that before it's time for me to go to sleep because I gotta get up at fucking 2 in the morning and leave out by 3, you know. So I think that cycle right there was like is really what pushed me. I'm like, I don't like this shit, bro. Like,
wait.
you know what I'm saying? It's not the cycle that I want to live. So,
That's
and I
real.
yeah, and I knew I had a talent, man. I think the biggest person that out of it might have been my cousin, man, because you know, he kind of kept me from doing, you know, the wrong shit that I was trying to do to get money, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saying I was no El Chapo or nothing, but
Right,
you
right,
know what
right.
I'm saying? So, but he kind of was like, man, you don't need to do that shit. You don't need to sell weed. You don't need to do that. Like you got a skill. Like you got something that people want more than fucking weed for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that people can do that's legal. He was like, hone in on that and take off, bro. Like just stick with that shit, you know? So that shit, that he was probably like the biggest person that like propelled me forward to be like, all right, I got that, you know.
But I
So
think that's a lesson to everybody, though.
yeah, man.
Like, God gives everyone a talent that other people will desire. And the goal of life is to figure out how to make that talent marketable and how to make yourself desirable, how to
Exactly.
make yourself align with the talent that you were vested with.
Exactly.
Like,
Cause
if you are able to become as beautiful as your talent, like
Mhm.
as far as your mind, body, spirit, and soul, then people will naturally gravitate you and people will naturally want to not just support you one time, but keep supporting you as you grow. And it's not even about necessarily coming to you because you are the best. It's coming to you because they see a potential to one day be known amongst the best, like, and you were the best to them. Like,
Yep.
I might not be the best in the world, but I can be the best for you. Like,
Exactly. Yep.
and that's in anything, in any
Yeah.
walk of life.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You can for sure be the best to somebody, man. Because I mean, again, I built a pretty solid following, man, and I should have been higher than what I am, but Instagram be bamming out, so they shadow ban me and all this extra shit, and it is what it is. But for the most part, like I said, I have people in other countries that tattoo that they message me their work and stuff, and they're asking me to critique it and stuff, so I look out for them, and I tell them things that they could work on. If something's good, I let them know it's good, and I think that just hearing that from me, what I'm saying, for them, like, yeah, I got people that's like, yo, I adore your work, like, I admire it, like, that shit's fire, like, and for me, it's it never gets old. You know what I'm saying? They hear that, because for me, I'm like, really? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because to me, like I said, I'm always trying to get better. I think that's
always.
any creative. So, but like I said, I got people out of the country who look up to me in that aspect of the respect for my art. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, what you think of this? Is this good? And I'm like, yeah, it's decent. Keep working. Or, yeah, that one's good. You're getting better at this. You know what I'm saying? So, just people, man, you, like you said, you can be the best to somebody. You might not be the best to everybody, and that's anything, man. There's no best rapper for everybody. Somebody might say Hove is the greatest rapper alive, and somebody might be like, it's Eminem, or it's J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? It varies. So definitely could be that.
That's real, man. Well,
Yeah,
Rico, man, thanks again for coming
yeah, for
through,
sure,
showing
bro.
us love, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
if you don't know, follow my brother on the
Yeah, yeah. Follow me
Instagram.
on IG, man.
I am
I am Rico
Rico.
Ink.
I am
Two
Rico
Ks, two
Inc.
Ks,
2Ks,
two Ks.
man.
All right.
Follow the movement, Rich Podcast
Rich
TV on
podcast for sure.
Instagram, Rich Podcast Network on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Click the link. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. We
Mm-hmm.
are making major moves. But with that being said, stay focused, stay family oriented, stay loving, stay
Exactly.
welcoming, stay kind, and
Yeah.
most importantly, stay rich.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace out.